What's up, friends? This is Manni, and today I'm actually going to cheat with infinite stealth. I'm not even joking. We're starting off with executing this meta player once, twice, 3 times, and his Okochi again 4 times. Let's go into this 5 times. This is what's going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, we're running the Ultimate Avenger with both pilot skills, Speed Shooter and Sharpshooter on the Lynx, with a Shade Drone for a second last stand and the typical module setup, Nuclear Amp, Anti-Control, and last stand. Just default module setup. And at first, everything is running absolutely legit. I'm not cheating yet. Everything is fine. I'm playing against Master here from the real clan with an insanely overpowered meta hanger running 4 Ohokochis, 1 Ophion, and a Rook Titan. And the Ohokochis often even use the damper weapon and these new broken weapon stuff, right? So at first, though, I'm playing legit. I'm not cheating yet, and I am simply playing very careful and well. Never really allowing him to hit me with his weapons, because I know I will basically die instantly if he did with these weapons. So I'm rotating my stealth ability and my phase shift perfectly, and so in a way that he can never really score a damage. So, but this is the moment my cheat kicks in. See, my stealth should be over now, and it is, and this is the moment right now. Pop! There's a stealth activating, even though I didn't actually use my stealth ability yet. Of course, I don't know about it. I'm in the heat of the moment. I'm just gonna play as I would normally do it all the time. I'm gonna activate my ability and execute the Ophion, thinking I am still in stealth. Now my stealth is over, so I moved behind the ledge to fire over the ledge where his weapons couldn't even target me anyways, even if I wasn't stealth. So I'm trying to play as skillful as I can to really outplay that Ohokochi and execute him here with the stealth ability. But you see, in the top left, there's 2 stealth abilities active. Every time I activate my real stealth ability, there's 2 stealths overlapping each other, and the other one remains active even after my ability. That is crazy. So I'm indefinitely stealth from this moment on. That's the moment I began cheating. And here I already noticed I wasn't really taking full damage. I went back behind cover because I'm still playing as a normal Lynx. I don't know about this bug. I'm regenerating my cooldown in cover. I don't allow people to shoot me while I'm regenerating the cooldown. I'm running phase shift as soon as my stealth would be over. So I'm basically playing legit, even though my stealth is running forever because I don't know about it. And I'm just gonna try and outplay and outmaneuver everything how I can do. But it will be interesting now in this match to find the moment when I finally realize what's going on. This is something you don't really easily understand while you're in the battle, especially since you see me playing the Lynx still as a normal Lynx. Every time I go behind cover to reload, to recharge my ability and come out and so on, right? Playing careful, skillful, making sure there's no chance for enemies to really put a lot of damage into me. And so there's gonna be this moment later coming, and it's gonna be a while from now on, in which I finally understand enemies are not just missing me because they're shooting bad, because they can't target me. So here you see, for example, Master is coming in again with yet another Ohokochi, and I'm reloading, I'm going back in cover, not allowing him to fire at me, I'm regenerating my cooldowns, and then I'm coming back in, and then at some point, not now, but later, I thought, maybe he understands who I am. Maybe he realized it's look who's stalking, it's Manni-Gaming, and he's just playing with me and purposely missing his shots. But I didn't think that here. I was thinking just I maybe manage to outmaneuver him and make him miss his shots or something like this. Or often I think that he's shooting teammates behind me. And so at this point I was like, okay, cool, I managed to dodge his shots, and I can keep going here. My stealth ability is ready, so as soon as he begins to fire at me, I will trigger my stealth. Though he seems to be shooting at somebody behind me, I thought, right? In fact, he was trying to shoot me, but he couldn't because I was in stealth. But I still didn't understand it, because in the top left there's a tiny little extra stealth icon now. Would you notice that little extra stealth icon while you're in the heat of the moment of battle? You wouldn't probably notice it. You would be like eventually wondering, and I executed him again, and you would probably be wondering at some point, wow, this player really doesn't want to fight me. He every time fights my teammates next to me, but he doesn't fight me. Okay, cool. Maybe the player knows me. And that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, Master, you probably recognized me as being Manni-Gaming with the look who's stalking tag in the game, and you knew it's me, so you're like purposely not fighting me specifically. You're trying to target teammates around me, maybe making fun, shooting past me a few times, and that's what I was thinking. Would you realize you have a constant indefinite stealth going on? I didn't understand it, and so I was just keeping on. And literally for 70% of this entire match, I thought I'm playing legit. And that bug, by the way, I sent this video file that you're watching here into Pixonic because at the end of the match I knew what happened. And immediately after this match ended, literally 30 seconds later, in the official Discord Pixonic channels, I wrote, "What the heck? I just had a bug where I was indefinitely stealthed." I sent them the 1.8 gigabyte file size of this video, and together with the exact timestamp when this triggered, when this happened, I gave them the exact module setup I was using, weapon setup, levels, battleship. They know exactly everything that was happening, and they can go through the logs in Warabots and analyze exactly the moment this triggers. This is something very rare. They often hear about bugs in the game, but they rarely ever have this exact timestamp with a video file to show and analyze exactly what triggered during that match in that moment and compare it with the game logs. Because, you know, there's millions of matches played every day. How can they find the exact log moment where it happens? Now they can do that, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna now be able to fix that bug in a very efficient way, and probably it's going to be included in the next hotfix or patch that this, I don't know, accidental bug happening fixed where Lynx sometimes triggers a second stealth ability that lasts, or something like this. I wouldn't be surprised if you can see this in the next patch logs. So now I think they can fix it. And this was the moment I realized. This is the moment I understood. Wait a minute. They're trying to shoot me, but they can't. It's not me dodging the shots. They can't shoot me for some reason. And I was using this here to test the Ultimate Avengers. I was like, okay, cool. I don't know why this happened, but let's test the Ultimate Avenger against the maxed Rook, which I know this guy has a maxed Rook with the repair amplifiers. He's barely taking any damage, and we cannot really mitigate his resistance anymore, because that's the trait of these repair amps. So I was using this also to test a little bit how do the ultimate maxed Avengers compare or fare against a maxed Rook Titan using the ideal weapon setup, for example. The result is, of course, as you would expect, pretty weak. The Rook would just freaking stump me if he wanted to. But you see, his weapons never target me. Even if I'm not running my stealth, and you see now I'm stopping to run, I no longer run the stealth ability. I only use it now to execute an enemy or to get faster to another area. He's running another Orokochi, dude. How many robots do you have? This feels like it's your 6th robot already, or 7th. So he's coming in, and that's what the moment I realized. I was like, okay, you're not playing with me and you're shooting past me intentionally. You literally cannot target my robot. And here comes another Orokochi, dude. It's just insane. It feels like he's got 8 robots in his hangar, and all of them are Orokochis, man. I'm serious. This is crazy. This one actually has stealth. And you see also, he didn't believe it. He couldn't believe what was going on because he notices he's getting killed by look who's talking. That means he's getting killed and fighting Manni-Gaming. And Manni-Gaming wouldn't cheat, would he? That would be a very weird thing to happen. And so maybe he was thinking that can't be, and he was trying to research what's going on, so he came back at me every time to find out that, yeah, I do have stealth forever, and I never lose it. And if you're watching this, Master, again, I'm truly sorry that you were on the receiving end of this cheat. I don't know how this happened and why it triggered. I used this till the end to make an entertaining video about it, and also to test the Ultimate Avengers a bit, yeah, so again, sorry for you having to deal with this nonsense, but I think what we just did, you and me, we fixed this problem, because we were able to provide the exact moment of trigger, and Pixonic can look through the logs and find what's causing it, and probably be able to fix it. So in the end, something good came out of this. But yeah, in this moment, I'm pretty sure this sucked a lot for you. And also this guy here, I was testing it, never running stealth, and he could never target me. And I'm sure they would think I'm a cheater. I mean, I would think that. I would think this guy is a cheater if he never loses stealth in a Lynx where I know he should lose it. Pretty crazy. So he's coming in a Fenrir, and I'm just gonna absolutely execute him. I'm firing empty the Avenger perfectly to the moment where I can execute him. I'm triggering the execute just in that moment. Pop, and there goes the Fenrir. Insane. The Lynx is such a freaking powerhouse. I'm serious, man. What a freaking monster setup this is. Yeah, so very interesting that that leads me back to my original thing I wanted to say. 15 million damage, 18 kills, 8 beacons capped. Jesus. But yeah, not every cheater you see in the game is necessarily cheating. All right? So that kind of really changed my perception of some of the cheating that I see going on. sometimes it may actually not even be intentionally or the player's fault. Let's be honest, in most situations you see something like this, it will probably be a cheat because this bug is extremely rare. This only ever happens very rarely, but it is happening often enough that people know in the Discord, and also Pixonic knows this is not a completely new thing. They've heard of this before, but they weren't able to identify it and find it in the logs among these millions of matches and players because they never had this perfect gameplay to show it together with the exact time. And so, yeah, now they've got it, they can fix it, but still, when you see something like this happen, it's probably a cheat, but it doesn't necessarily 100% have to be. There are sometimes, obviously, some very weird glitches and bugs in the game that can cause something like this to happen. But yeah, let me just show you what the Lynx now without this bug looks like, because in this match we're not having the bug running. I've already destroyed a lot of things here. I'm recapturing the center beacon, and just to show you what an incredible powerhouse the Lynx in the game really still is. If you got a Lynx somehow and you're like, I don't know, it's not the newest robot anymore, should I invest my credits into leveling it up? Maybe you shouldn't max Mark 3 it now immediately, but leveling this thing up cannot be wrong because this is such a beast. Especially the rotation between phase shift and their stealth ability, maybe even with saving you using the battleship shield and stuff, you end up with something that simply cannot be defeated. Remember, we've seen plenty of videos recently, or before the recent nerf of the Glory, with Glory coming in, and look, I'm just going into the enemy base here and just steamrolling everything together with that other Ohokochi player that's next to me. We're just taking apart the enemy base together here, despite Titans being there and so on. I'm gonna phase shift now, so that I notice getting shot by the Newton. Ohokochi is on me, the Luchador is on me, and I'm activating my stealth ability. Now I'm shooting the Luchador. Look how much damage he's taking, because I'm bypassing his resistance. For as long as his double repair amps are not kicking in, he's getting hit so much, taking so much damage. And what I'm going to say is, yeah, you can definitely spend some of your resources upgrading the Lynx, because this is a beast that you don't want to miss out on. It's literally one of the top robots in the game still, if you play it well. And it's one of those robots that amplifies your skills. If you make this perfect ability rotation between phase shift, stealth, maybe a battleship, regenerating your cooldown behind cover for a second, reloading your weapons, coming back up. If you do all this rotation perfectly, there's almost never really a chance to hit you, because even in between when you're not stealth, you get that initial backup resistance on the Lynx, that force field resistance that protects you from around 100,000 damage. So you can even regenerate your cooldown while being shot without taking damage for a few seconds, and then trigger the stealth again and regenerate that initial resistance gain again. And that is, so the Lynx really provides you with all the necessary skills and tools to successfully beat pretty much anything the game throws at you, including Titans. And that's why we have even seen a lot of Glory Lynx a few weeks back. You may remember seeing those also. I've shown this also here on the channel, where a Glory Lynx can fight and beat Titans. It will take him a while, but he will successfully do it eventually if the Titan doesn't have Quantum Sensor, because you have that many stealths and that much damage output with the Glory. But then, unfortunately, and this is very sad, Pixonic analyzed the numbers and realized that, wait a minute, there's an exceptional number of Glory being used on the Lynx now, because this was actually a really super useful setup. By the way, this Lynx just used his stealth ability to get faster to the first beacon he captured. Then he didn't have an ability ready anymore when I attacked him. Very sad, man. You shouldn't use your ability just to get a little faster to that beacon. You needed that ability to stay alive in the combat against me. He was a free kill for me here, because his ability was gone. But back to the topic with the Glory, this weapon was performing exceptionally well, and was gaining popularity, especially amongst Lynx players, because they have the ability to stay short range, survive that for a long time, and make use of the short range firepower of Glory. And so they nerfed Glory, took the particle amount away and nerfed it to the ground, and now it's very unpopular and no one really uses it anymore. And it's so sad, Pixonic, this is not cool, because let me explain why. There are weapons like subduers and so on in the game that are coming to the game that have ridiculous killing instant death potential at 600 meters range and even prevent healing and whatever nonsense. Of course you want that because it's the new meta and you want people to buy it, and as a result you make weak whatever was previously interesting. And that is a really bad business model. I've told you this plenty of times, but here's the reason why specifically the Glory nerf was absolutely not needed, because this is a very situational weapon. The Glory only performs well in absolute face-hugging distance. It's a shotgun setup that only does well in that one specific moment in which you're really this close to the enemy. And it's a shotgun, it should do that. It should perform like this in this particular situation. So if you nerf the Glory for doing that one thing that it's supposed to do as a shotgun, you're leaving it completely useless and taking away the reason to exist for that weapon. Please revert back the Glory nerf that you did recently with the damage per shot and the particles, and give it what it had when it was being used, because that's what you want in this game. You want your players to understand that when they invest into an item, this item is not going to be completely worthless overnight. You want that these players gain trust in leveling up some of their items and feel good about doing so, and enjoy using those weapons, and not just for 2 or 3 months, but actually even longer, especially when it's a weapon like Glory that is so situational that it really only performs well in that extreme short-range brawl, which the only reason for a shotgun ever is. So please revert back that nerf. That was absolutely unnecessary, and I would really like to see people using some of the Glories again on a Lynx. And yeah, so that was the video here. Not every cheater is a cheater, ladies and gentlemen. I certainly wouldn't be, but I was in this video, unintentionally. And sorry, Master, for being on that receiving end, but again, something good came out of this, I think. Let me know your thoughts. I'm sure you had some very disturbing thoughts during that gameplay if you're watching this, Master. And in any case, thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next video, and Manni signing off. Oh, and if you like the content and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. See you then, Manni off, bye.